have Memorial Day services, barbecues. It looks like the weather will cooperate, and temperature as well up in the 70s for really the next couple of days. The beaches, the mid and upper 60s, but those water temperatures are still quite chilly this time of the year, only near 60. And there is an increased threat for rip currents as we go into a Monday as that storm passes by well to our south. What?
Well, thank you. Winds News Time 4:04. Nice day to walk along the beach. Perhaps a tad cold to go into the water. But in Manhattan Beach, Brooklyn, you can't go in. City officials are saying it's not healthy to go in. Here's 10 Winds reporter Carol D'Oria.
You can walk on the beach or you can exercise on the beach, like the women in Lana's total body class. But the city says it's not a good idea to go into the water. City officials say there's inadequate water quality. Folks at the beach for a morning walk, like Stan said his nose told him.
You can smell it, actually, if you get close to the water. So you can tell. It's kind of a rotten smell.
And Ella smelled it too.
Very fishy, very odory, not pleasant at all.
The water temperature is about 60 degrees. Most people said they wouldn't go in, not because of the smell, but because it's just too cold. Carol D'Oria, 10 Winds at 92.3 FM at Manhattan Beach.
Well, Hit the Road, Jack is not just a song this weekend. It's the mantra for millions of Americans. It's being called the third busiest Memorial Day weekend in more than 2 decades, and it's busy in the skies as well.
Across the country, AAA predicts nearly 3.4 million people will be hitting the skies over the holidays. That's up more than 5% from 2019. Now, we've got new numbers in from TSA. They say they screened more than 2.7 million people at airports nationwide. That was yesterday on Friday. This number, they say, represents their highest checkpoint volume of the year.
Correspondent Elwin Lopez, the national average for a gallon of gas, meanwhile, if you're driving, is more than $1 cheaper than a year ago. NYPD is stepping up enforcement of drunk driving patrols over the weekend. This is New York City Transportation Department Commissioner Idanis Rodriguez.
It's not safe level of drinking and driving. The message is clear again. Drivers, don't drink and drive.
New York officials are advocating for the passage of state legislation that would lower the legal blood alcohol concentration threshold from 0.08% to 0.05%. Winds News Time 4:06, there was a police-involved shooting last night with a New York State trooper on the Grand Central Parkway in Queens. Police say 2 troopers were conducting a DWI patrol in Queens at about 10:45. There was a car chase. Police say the suspect was non-compliant and then drove his car toward the state troopers, at which point one of the troopers shot the suspect. The suspect was taken to the hospital. The family of one of the 2 boys who drowned in the Harlem River is challenging the story that has come out. 13-year-old Garrett Warren and 11-year-old Alpha Barry died after falling into the Harlem River on May 12th. Details are still sketchy, but the NYPD has said the 2 boys went to the river to skip stones and were engaged in horseplay when they fell in. Garrett's mom, Dayshell Moore, told the Daily News that the NYPD needs to investigate, specifically talk to other boys who were with the 2. Moore told the News, quote, "Boys from Harlem don't skip rocks." Police say the case is still open and they're asking anyone with video or knowledge of what happened to come forward and share it with them. Winds News Time 4:07. A holiday weekend scramble is on in Washington as negotiators try to head off an economic crisis in early June.
Republican House negotiators met behind closed doors on the second floor of the Capitol overnight and returned here this morning to continue their discussions. Speaker Kevin McCarthy told reporters, "We don't have a deal. We're not there yet. We did make progress," and then said it's not necessarily going to happen today. The clock is ticking with a June 5th deadline, and Congress having to have 3 days to review whatever deal is made.
That's CBS News congressional correspondent Scott McFarland. When you cross the bridge from Westchester to Rockland, or Rockland to Westchester, do you call it the Mario M. Cuomo Bridge or the Tappan Zee? The effort to return the name to Tappan Zee has failed to win approval in the Democrat-controlled Assembly Transportation Committee. But the name reversal does have its support, rare bipartisan support, and nearly 300,000 names on a petition. Critics of the name reversal say new signs alone would cost millions of dollars, but officials who want the old name cite local history and their belief that the name change was forced through by then-Governor Andrew Cuomo without legitimate input from the public. Winds News Time 4:08. The attorney for writer E. Jean Carroll has petitioned the court to let Carroll amend her ongoing sexual abuse and defamation case against former President Trump because of comments the former president made in the aftermath of the $5 million judgment for Carol.
This woman, I don't know her. I never met her. I have no idea who she is. I swear on my children, which I never do. I have no idea who this woman. I have no idea who the hell. She's a whack job.
Former president made his comments during his CNN town hall. His attorneys said that Carol should not be allowed to change her lawsuit because it would, quote, severely and unduly prejudice him, meaning the former president. Now this message, Caribbean food delights. Grab a patty, take a bite. With News Time 4:09, traffic and AccuWeather up next.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-360-0681 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-360-0681. That's 800-360-0681. What do you have to lose? Call 800-360-0681. Again, 800-360-0681.
Meet Joe A, Joe B, and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect. Support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
With summer savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. For top brand appliances, like a new GE refrigerator with internal water dispenser for a crisp, cool glass of water every time. Or a GE oven with built-in air fryer for healthier, crispier options with no preheating. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online at the Home Depot, your innovative new appliances are just a click away, too. Save us 30% on select appliances plus $300 off select refrigerators at the Home Depot. Pricing valid May 18th to June 7th, 2023. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
It's News Time 4:11. That's time for traffic and transit. We check it out with Russ Meyer.
We've got a really tough go trying to get out of the city by way of the George Washington Bridge. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Now, here's what's going on. We had a crash on the outbound upper level of the bridge, taking out the center lane. That's gone, but the damage is done. We have got major backups from pretty much all the approaches. The Cross Bronx goes back to Westchester Avenue. That's going to be the better part of an hour. Deegan delays back to 230th Street on the southbound side and northbound all the way back to the RFK Bridge. And both the Harlem River Drive and Henry Hudson Parkway are backed up to 125th. And on the southbound side, the Henry Hudson Parkway delays go almost back to the Henry Hudson Bridge. So it's going to be really tough to get out of town by way of the George Washington Bridge. Getting into the city, not a problem. It's going to be about 10-15 minutes. Also, at the Upper East River crossings, no major problems to report. But as I mentioned, the northbound Deegan's going to get you right off of the bridge. Also looking at the drive on Staten Island westbound side of the Staten Island Expressway. That is going to be tied up beginning just west of Cove Road out to Victory Boulevard. The eastbound side is doing okay. This report is sponsored by Security Dodge. Our next report at 421. I'm Russ Meyer. Attention went on 92.3 FM.
The Memorial Day sales event is on at Security Dodge. Listen up, all small businesses, contractors, delivery services, painters. Yeah, we got you. Long Island's commercial truck headquarters has the biggest and best selection of new ProMasters and ProMaster cities. It's Ram season. Shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
What a beautiful day weather-wise it's been. Let's check out the AccuWeather 4-day forecast now with meteorologist Carl Erickson.
Yes, right. Not only today, but it looks like much of this Memorial Day weekend will be very nice as far as the weather goes, with skies remaining clear tonight. We're down to 58 for a low with upper 40s across some suburbs, and sunshine for the most part tomorrow. Highs in the upper 60s, most beaches, 78 in this city, and still rain-free through tomorrow night. Clear to partly cloudy, low 60. Watching a storm well to our south off the South Carolina coast this afternoon. That'll head out to sea. We might have more cloudiness with that. on Memorial Day, but still rain-free in and around the city with a high of 78. Upper 60s at the beaches. There's an increased threat for rip currents as the storm passes by to our south. Otherwise, behind that, skies clear out again on Tuesday. Sunshine with a high of 71. Currently 77 and mostly sunny. Humidity 24%. Winds east at 7. Repeating the current temperature 77, heading down to 58 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Guy Erickson on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
Thank you, Carl. Winds news time 4:14 coming up. The Swiftie out. Swifties, plural, many, thousands, hundreds, tens of thousands out in force tonight in New Jersey.
Now this message. We're here with Michael Barish of Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. So 21 years after 9/11, incredibly, most of the 500,000 people who were exposed to the deadly toxins still don't know they're entitled to free lifetime health care and compensation. Why do you think they haven't enrolled?
Two reasons. First, many non-responders tell me that they didn't realize that no matter their family history, nearly every cancer has been linked to the exposure to the World Trade Center toxins. Second, many of them feel guilty, and they don't want to take from others who have died. Thankfully, you won't be taking money from anyone since the Victim Fund and the health program have been fully funded by Congress. Susan, millions of dollars remain unclaimed. It's so important that you register. 68 cancers have been linked to the toxins. Remember, 9/11 didn't end on 9/11.
Contact Barish and McGarry today at 911awards.com. That's 911awards with an S.com.
Growing a business brings pressure. Staying compliant and retaining top talent in challenging times. You feel stretched thin. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put over 35 years of HR service and technology to work, offering my employees competitive benefit options while lightening my HR load. Engaged people empowered to be their best means overcoming obstacles. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Why? Why do we ignore the things that give us pause, that seem out of place, that don't feel right? The answer to why defines who we are. So if you see something, why do you say something?
I feel safe for my friends.
For my community.
For my family.
For each other. Because all of this matters. We all have something worth protecting.